Man, what an ending to this bowl that it's going to be. 3rd and 10 right now from what does that say? From the Hawaii 48-yard or from the 47-yard line. Alahado gonna take it and run. Oh shoot. He got the first. Wow. What a freaking run. That is how you put your head down and you freaking own the line of script, or you freaking take your shot, win one for your get one for your team, man. That's a freaking that's a heck of a run, bro. That's a really good run by Mike Alahado. Real fast, guys. But they gotta look. It don't matter who's in at quarterback, whether it be Luke Hayward or whether it be Mike Alahado. This dude is both of these dudes are gonna come out and they're gonna fight their off. Haywood throws to the sideline. They're in field goal range right now. Dude, this is a really good drive. This is a really good drive from Hawaii. Let's see. Gotta throw it away. 3rd and 4. I'll say this. You have got to get points. Can't say Masatuka or however you say that dude's name. Come on, Micah. Get out of there. God, there you go. Screen setup. What a beautiful screen. They've got a timeout left. They can take a shot to the end zone, and if it's not there, I mean, hey. Man, this is a heck of a game. Did Cal call a timeout? Oh, no, there's an – oh, shoot. They're going to have to burn that daggum timeout too. Yep. We got an injury on the field. Daggone, man. But, hey, guys, make sure – while we're all on here, man, guys, thank you guys for tuning on in real fast. We are live. Y'all, Merry Christmas to you all, guys. Make sure you all do us a favor. Hit the like, share, and subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell notification so that you are notified every time we go live here on the Southern Sports Scene. Every live show brought to you by our good friends over at Frost Buddy. Going over to frostbuddy.com. Use the promo code SSS15. Oh, and it's Alhado that's down. So Luke Weaver is going to have to come in. Look, I don't – it's not that I don't trust Luke Weaver. I mean, this is another capable quarterback like we mentioned. Look, Alhado's fought his butt off all damn game. That dude made some clutch freaking throws today. And he's done a really good job of leading that team down the field. 274 today and 3 scores. He's had a really good game. What a comeback it was for Hawaii. Down by 11 going into the half, and they come back and they make this a football game. It was 14-0 early. I thought Cal was going to be able to run the football, was going to be able to be effective on the ground and just dominate through the air. But, I mean, since then, I mean, kind of Hawaii's kind of taken back the momentum. Look, this was one of the worst rushing offenses, too, in college football. Cal was 134 out of 134 in rushing offense with 76 yards a game. They have 145 right now against Hawaii, who's a top 50 rushing defense. Weaver takes a snap. Going to the end zone. Got a man. Got it. What a throw from Luke Weaver. Nick Senecal. What a throw. Oh my gosh. Nick Senecal, who had been kind of dealing with a lot of injury. This is his first game back since the San Diego State game. You got to be kidding me. Wow. What a throw, dude. What a damn throw. What? Nick Senecal with his 9th reception. Or no, this is his 8th reception, and he gets the go-ahead touchdown to put the Rainbow Warriors up. Dude, what a game that this kid has had. Wow. Pofel Ashlock, who's been one of the best receivers for Hawaii this year, ties it up, and then it goes back to one of the more effective receivers in the Mountain West from last year, Nick Senecal. Wow. Mm-hmm. What a throw. What a throw. I told you Hawaii was going to win this one. Can Cal finish a game? They never can. So unless JKS manages to pull something out of his butt in 10 seconds and go 75 yards down the field, we'll see, man. How about Timmy Chang, bruh? That was a team that won a total of 13 games over the first 3 years of his career. They're on pace to potentially get their 9th of the season if they can finish it in the next 10 seconds. Here we go. They only rush 3. Jaron has to get it out quick, gets to the sidelines. All right, we're in a position to run last play unless we go to the sidelines again and get it to midfield to make it more manageable for Jaron. All right. Probably the last play of the Sheraton Hawaii Bowl. They're at the 38. I don't know if this one's going to get to the end zone, but we'll see. This is last play now. Time for hook and ladder. Oh, he dropped it. Never mind. Where is the All-American at, bro? Where is Jacob De Jesus? Where's Jacob De Jesus? Over 100 catches this year. Why are we? Is 21 on the field? He is on the field. Hook and ladder. That's a forward pass. That's going out of bounds. Doesn't matter. Game over. Hawaii wins it. And there's a flag. And we got a fight on the field. What a win for Timmy Chang and company. And we're going to have post-game skirmishes. Because we're idiots and we don't know any better. Wow. What a game, man. What a game. What a game. They're still going at it, man. By the way, y'all make sure you call in whenever you get a minute. They're finally separated now. Holy cow, that was crazy. What a win. What a throw. I mean, that's a very difficult throw to make. Eight 843-350-2534. You guys call in. Get into the show. Come on. You guys know you guys want to be in here. Holy cow, what a win for Cal this year. It was 21-0. And they get a bowl win. What a win, man. What a way to win that football game. And when it was 21-0, man, I just turned it off. I didn't think that Hawaii was going to come back. They've been like this before, and it's kind of been the Hawaii of the past would have rolled up. Cal has them down early. Their first 3 possessions, they score. In that time frame, Hawaii has a punt, they have a missed field goal, and they have another punt. They finally put it together, and it looked like they're about to get off. They're about to have to leave the field again on a potential 3 and out. But I'll tell you what, man. That Hawaii Rainbow team is something. That's crazy. They hadn't won a bowl game since 2020. And oh, what a win, bruh. What a win for Hawaii. For a team that had won 13 games in 3 years. And in year 4, Timmy Chang finally puts it together. And they finally manage to get themselves a bowl victory. I would have said that Timmy Chang could have been Mountain West Coach of the Year. Obviously, that was proved otherwise. Regardless, massive win for Sean for that program, man. I mean, that's a tough team. It's a really, really good team. And I'm extremely impressed with what they were able to do this year. 3rd and 10 basically turned the tides to the Rainbow Warriors. You get a 30-yard pass from Mike Alejado out to Pofeli Ashlock, who pops off for a $123 through the air with 14 catches, by the way. You converted a 3rd and 5. You converted a 4th and 1. You converted a 3rd and 7. And you get it into the end zone. You have a field goal. You're able to capitalize off of their mistakes. That you force a turnover on downs and you turn it into 8 because you get the field goal, because you get the go-ahead touchdown. They get into the end zone. Sakapalete gets in there, and then Hawaii puts on a beautiful drive. Even with Mike Alhado getting knocked out of the game on the last play, guess who it was? It was his backup who came in for 3 games in Luke Weaver. And Luke Weaver threw a dime. A absolute on-the-money throw to Nick Senecal, a guy that hadn't played in over a month, that comes back in his first game, that's questionable to even play, and gets the game-winning touchdown. Couldn't script it any better. That is, I need the scene with the absolute cinema. That was absolute cinema. That was impressive. Such an impressive drive from Hawaii, man. There is a really, really good chance that Hawaii continues this upward trend that they're going with Timmy Chang as their head coach. I know it took some time, but damn, I have a really good feeling about where that team's about to go in the next few years. Really, really good feeling, man. All right. Massive win for the Rainbow Warriors. Massive win for them going in their final game at home. Excited to see what that team is going to look like in the future, man. Let's talk about some transfer portal, man. And we have had a lot of interesting developments in the room when you talk about the transfer portal. So let's kind of go ahead and talk about this, and let's talk about those that are currently in the portal. And I want to talk to you about what I think the quarterback that's going to make the biggest impact at the next level. Obviously, Drew Mestamaker was going to enter the portal. He's going to be an OK State guy. He's pretty much expected to enter the portal at this point. I don't know if he's officially made the announcement today. Yeah, he pretty much is. And they're saying, oh, he could go to Virginia Tech. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's going to follow Eric Morris to OK State. Byron Brown. Sam Levitt, I think, is going to end up at LSU. That is what I am hearing at this current moment. Of course, things could change. But I think that a guy definitely create an impact that a lot of people are not quite ready for. Because you see a guy like Levitt that has a whole lot of potential, and a guy that is probably down to LSU, Indiana, and Oregon. Where do I think he makes the most sense at? It's not going to be Oregon because Dante Moore is back. So it's going to be down to either Indiana or it's going to be LSU. The likely explanation would be, well, you go to Indiana, you pretty much have the same scenario that a guy like Fernando Mendoza, and you pair him with the current offensive staff that's there with Kurt Signetti, essentially the quarterback whisperer at this current time. I don't know if that's the case. He could end up at LSU. But I don't know if he wants to pair with Lane Kiffin. I don't know. I think he's shown a lot of skill sets similar to Jackson Dart, but would like to see him put on another 15 pounds to be a prototypical NFL quarterback. Byron Brown is interesting. If LSU misses out on Trinidad Chambliss, because there's the talk about how he's going to go get the waiver and then all this other stuff. What if he goes ahead and decides he's going to stay with Ole Miss? Who does LSU turn to? Well, you could always turn to Mike Van Buren, or you could go in the portal and go get a guy like Byron Brown, who is not going to be as expensive. But I do think, though, that he is one of these quarterbacks that truly is almost Lamar Jackson-like, or I should say Deshaun Watson type. That could fit in well with LSU's system. Byron Brown could be a very good fit in that offense. I truly believe that. I think he's going to make a good, considerable impact if he goes into that offense. Brennan Sorsby could too. I see either that, but I'm also hearing from guys like Brooks Austin that Texas Tech is very interested in him. He would be a much better fit in that program, knowing that Mac Leftwich and his offenses kind of rely on mobility, even though a guy like Baron Morton isn't as mobile compared to Brennan Sorsby. I'm not saying that Baron Morton can't run the football. We've seen him run it a little bit, but not as much as we did when we saw a guy like a Brennan Sorsby running the football. Cincinnati can't keep a quarterback. That's a problem. Josh Hoover. Could he end up at South Carolina? And I've briefly touched on this at times. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not, because of Lenoris coming back. But let's say he does come. Guys, I think he provides a bit of a spark to Lenoris. He gives him that competition that he needs, because I feel like Lenoris has become complacent. And you can't have that in this system. Have that in college football. Because if you're going to put yourself in a bind that it's going to be hard to recover from. It's going to be very hard. So you have to be able to find your way to get competition in the building to push you to be your absolute best. And I think Josh Hooper can bring that. I think Josh Hooper can also take over if Lenoir starts to struggle. That's another thing that I want to see happen. How hard can a guy like Lenoir get pushed to where he either breaks or he fights harder? That's the thing that needs to be talked about most when we talk about a guy like Lenoris. Because he's one of the best athletes in college football. But if he's not pushed mentally all the way, and believe me, we've had our disagreements. Lenoris, if you're watching, which I'm pretty sure you do, because we've had conversations before, we love you. I think competition is what you need at this point in time. DJ Lagway, gosh. I like DJ Lagway, Brant, man, but dear Lord. Could he go to Baylor? Could he fit with what Dave Aranda needs? Which, by the way, can we be honest with each other? We know that Dave Aranda is dead in the water after this year. Can Jake Spavital finally put together a decent system? Put together and continue the success that he left with Sawyer Robertson. I'm not saying that he has to be Sawyer Robertson. But what I want to see is, how is he improving from a passing standpoint and from how he moves within the pocket. DJ has one of the best arms that I've seen coming out of high school. And I think we're going to see more of that in the future. DJ is going to be a very fine football player. The problem is that he is not being properly developed, and that showed at Florida. When Billy Napier got fired, he was gone. Billy Napier was the main reason why he committed to Florida. And because of Billy Napier and because Scott Strickland made horrible hires, that relationship soured very quickly. And the relationship between the Lagways and the Florida Gators soured. That's why he's in the portal right now. Not to mention, he had a really bad year this past year. I think he can be a really good quarterback, but his on-field performance has said otherwise. Just has not been consistent, man. He turns the football over a lot. He panics, and he plays scared, man. He's scared of making a damn mistake. That's what's going to get him screwed over at the next level. It is. And it's going to be on him at the end of the day. Rocco Beck. I thought that Rocco Beck was out of eligibility. But he decided to enter the portal. This is interesting. So now Florida is going to go into the discussion. Let me just tell you. Or does he follow Matt Campbell to Penn State? Could it be possible that maybe Matt Campbell or Bo Pribula and Rocco Beck both take visits to Penn State? Maybe. Bo Pribula, former Penn State quarterback, maybe wanted a year out of Missouri to prove his worth, then wants to go back to Penn State. I think that his heart's still there. Or his heart must also be chasing the money. Rocco Beck. Does he follow Matt Campbell to Penn State? Does he go back home to Florida? Or does he go wherever the market takes him? That's going to be the question that each of these quarterbacks are going to have to answer within the next several weeks before the portal opens, before the start of the next semester. Because I think, so the portal officially opens on January 2nd. So for 2 weeks, when this entire thing opens, the reason why this is taking place now is because they want their roster before the start of the next semester at school. I understand that, but I also think that there needs to be some regulation in regards to that. I think instead of 2 weeks, it needs to be 1 week. And I know that's not a whole lot of time, but guys, frankly, the portal's getting crowded and there's just too many damn athletes that are going in there, which is stunting the growth of high school growth, but that's not on anyone else but the athletes themselves because, well, not even the athletes. That's on the portal. Because we want a good result right now instead of waiting to develop. That's in today's age of NIL and need to win now. That's just not going to happen. Those days are over with. Kenny Minchie, quarterback from Notre Dame, is in the portal. I just don't. I mean, he's probably a G5 guy in my opinion. But we'll see what happens. Walker Lyons is in for portal. Interesting that his brother Ryder is in there too. I think they might compare up back at BYU again. But we'll have to see with that. Once again, guys, thank you guys so much for hopping on into the Southern Sports Scene. Episode 13 is officially a wrap. Thank you guys once again for our post game from Hawaii and Cal. What a freaking ending that was. JKS, his first freshman year comes to an end. Solid freshman year. Think he's going to have a lot to grow upon over the course of the offseason. Has to limit the turnovers. Obviously, Cal is going to hit the portal hard over this once it opens next week. And when we get craziness in, we know that we'll be here breaking it all down for you. We'll give you all the latest and the different updates that we have around college football, guys. We live and breathe college football year round. So y'all make sure y'all give us a like, hit the share button. Tell your friends that we are always live here on the Southern Sports Scene. You guys are the best. We appreciate you guys' support. Y'all have a great rest of the night, and we will see you soon. Y'all have a great day.